Hi everybody, Mathieu Drula from JavaScriptTuts.com. Today we're gonna have our first lesson of Angular 2. We're gonna use Angular 2 Webpack Starter with Visual Studio. So if you don't have that yet, you can go back to the previous lesson and install it. It's free and it's fast. So when I started Angular 2, I was coming from an Angular 1 background. So I was wondering, where are my controllers, where are my services, my directives? Everything was a little bit like a blur because it was all component and classes. So we're gonna have Angular 1 point of view here, and I'm gonna start with controllers. Don't be afraid if you never learned Angular 1 because it's gonna be very simple. So let's dive into the code now. So we're gonna go to the app folder here, create a new folder that we're gonna call Oscar-ceremony. In this Oscar-ceremony, we're gonna create a new TypeScript file that we're gonna name Oscar-ceremony.ts, and this is gonna be our controller, aka component. All you need to do is just to create an ng2 component, which is gonna be empty, and here you got your component slash controller. All you need to do is just erase it and type your name here, Oscar Ceremony. So the selector is not that important at the moment. It's just to include your controller in the future in more complex structures. So it's required, so don't just dump it. That's not gonna work otherwise. The template is pretty much simple, just a normal template. And we got some two-way data binding here. We're gonna have a host name here because it's a ceremony and we need an host. So this host is, we take it here. We have our class. We're gonna export our class so we can have after that an import of it. We're gonna format that well because that's not looking good, unfortunately. We got our host name here. It's a string, and it's gonna be, we're gonna have Chuck Norris as our host. Perfect. So once you get your file and folder ready, you go back to your app.ts. You're gonna import it. Import Oscar ceremony from /, and you pass your path here, Oscar ceremony, and here we go. So that's the basic file with the basic routine from Angular 2 Webpack Starter. I'm just gonna copy that, paste it, and I'm gonna use slash, so it's very easy. For slash, we're gonna have the component here, Oscar ceremony. The name will help for redirecting, as an example here. So we can set it to Oscar ceremony too. Let's just be simple, and that's it. All you need to do now is go to slash, and voila, you got your first controller ready to be used. We're gonna get a little bit deep here. So for templates, you can have multiple choice. You can create this one like that, but that's kind of ugly. And you can require it too. So you're gonna require a new file that's gonna be oscar-ceremony.html, and we're gonna kill that. There we go. Thank you very much. And we create our file that's gonna be the same name, .html, and we can type whatever we want here, like the ceremony hosted by host name, and we save it. And voila, you just exported your first HTML template. So let's get a little bit more techy here. In Angular 2, you got new things. Let's start with getters and setters. I'm gonna show you how magic things can be done. So you can have, for example, a div. This div will have an attribute that is called hidden, and you can have true for this, and you close the div, and we put something here supposed to be hidden. So this hidden attribute will be initialized because it got this type of brackets. In Angular 2, this is how you initialize attributes. It's very powerful. As for example, here's hidden, input false to display it. Here we go. So you can make things very, very powerful with this. Let's go with, for example, an input. This input is gonna be an input type text, and here we're gonna have something that is a mix of those. It's gonna be this. Yes, this is how you do an ng model now. It's awesome, isn't it? So with this ng model, we're gonna have a new variable that we're gonna create, and we're gonna name it color, for example, an input with color. So those brackets means that we are setting the ng model, and the parentheses means that we listen to the changes of this model, so that every time that these changes happen, it displays it. It's quite tricky, isn't it? So that's how we modify it. So the variable is modify color, and as it is modified, we get the changes and it displays it here. So I'm gonna show you something more powerful. I'm gonna have a div, and with this div, we're gonna set something else. We're gonna set a style with color, and this style will have color as variable, so that every time that you change the color, it's gonna change everything. So for example, we gonna put test color here, and we save it. We go back to our application. Magic. That's one of the new things that Angular 2 provides. I hope you like it, because in the incoming lessons, I'm gonna dive deeper and deeper into Angular 2. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notified as soon as those lessons are available. Have a good day.